Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of Brad Cooks Stuff. So, this week I kind of decided it was time to have some soup. I had most of the ingredients I needed in the house and was easily able to obtain the ones I didn't have. So, this week we're going to have ourselves some B.O.B soup. That's right, B.O.B. Or, 日本語では、matabe soupを作りますよ! Anyway, let's take a look at the ingredients and see what we're working with. Here are the ingredients for tonight's soup. First, we started with a bowl of white beans that I've been soaking in water since last night. I've got a red onion, I have some American bacon that I brought back, and I have a pouch of my favorite negi shio broth. All right, let's go ahead and get everything started. First, we're going to go ahead and dice up this red onion. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and get these into a bowl and set them aside for when we need them. So we're going to use this particular pot and put in a pouch of my favorite negi shio broth. All right, go turn this on. Get it nice and hot. While we're waiting for that to heat up, let's go ahead and take all of these white beans that I soaked and get the water drained off. All right, perfect. So, we're going to add these straight to our soup. Next, we're going to take some of this American bacon and we're just going to tear it up and toss it in. All right, I think 3 decent-sized pieces of bacon torn up should be enough for this. We're still letting it get hot. All right, and while we're still waiting for it to boil, go ahead and put in our chopped onion. And with that, we have all 3 ingredients of our B.O.B soup. Beans, onion, and bacon. Or, 日本語で豆、玉ねぎ、bacon, matabe. That's right. Okay. So, we're going to let this cook for a while, actually. I would like this broth to kind of boil off a little bit. All right, that's boiling pretty well, so we're going to go ahead and turn it down just a little bit and add a couple of small bay leaves. Well, this is coming along pretty nicely, I think. It smells delicious, but it is very pungent, which is why I'm also burning my cinnamon candle here. So it's going to help in the long run. Anyway, I'm periodically stirring this to make sure that it cooks evenly, but I am going to cook this for a very long time. Well, I would say this is boiling down pretty nicely. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn it down a little bit. There we go. We'll let it keep cooking for a while. This is definitely boiling down to a consistency that I like. So we're just going to keep it going here. All right, I think we're going to cover this up for a little while. Make sure everything is nice and cooked before we eat. All right, let's check it. Yeah, I've had this on a very low heat. You know what? I think this is actually done. Let's go ahead and get this into a bowl and try some. All right. Moment of truth. I have here a bowl of B.O.B soup. That is bean, onion, and bacon. B.O.B. Or, または日本語では、matabe soup, 豆、玉ねぎ、bacon だよ. All right. So, first, it smells good. It's been smelling good since I started making it. But let's give it a try and see how it tastes. Oh man, that is still steaming. So the onion has kind of disintegrated into the soup. I have no problem with that. That is 100% fine. So, all right, let's try it. Oh, oh, oh man. That is good. These beans are really pretty good. I mean, I like these beans. It's the last of my white beans that I got. And the broth really does make everything taste very good. But adding the bacon and the onion definitely enhances the flavor pretty substantially. Look at that. It's still steaming here. Still a little hotter than I would like. Oh, that is really, really good. So this is plenty salty between the broth and the bacon. Yeah, this is nice and salty. So yeah, it's really good. But it's also pretty hearty. I mean, you know, beans, they're pretty filling, and everything else just gives it a nice, warm, kind of a homey taste to it. Oh. So the idea behind this was I wanted to make something that was not quite so heavy on the meat, but would still be tasty and filling. I had some beans left over, and one of my subscribers, an old friend of mine who is also my best moderator, suggested I put some beans in something, and I decided that was a really, really good idea. I had some American bacon that I brought back last summer that I hadn't actually touched. It was ready to go. And for the onion, yeah, I just figured, why not? A little bit of onion, put it in there for a long time, and it'll just become part of the broth. So, B.O.B. So, bean, onion, bacon. Or, 日本語では、豆、玉ねぎ、bacon, matabe. Right. Now, most of the broth is gone. So, this barely counts as soup, but it's what I wanted. I wanted to boil away some of that broth so that it was a little less soupy and a little bit more like this. So this is definitely how I wanted this to be. The beans give it that nice, hearty, filling taste. The bacon makes it nice and meaty, and then the onion just adds the extra flavor. So there you go, like this. I'm getting one more bite before we finish up here. I have most of this bowl left, and I am going to finish this before I go to bed. But I have plenty of it back in the pot that I can put away and have at a later date. And even though the weather has been warming up here, we've still had plenty of cold days and have a few cold days ahead. So it'll be nice to have this on some of these chilly evenings. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and then I think it's bedtime. But as always, appreciate you guys stopping in. I will see you in the next video. Oh.